Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of West of Loathing. When we were last here, we left off going through Gun Manor, and we had just taken care of the lady with the ghost eye, which was kind of trippy, not gonna lie. But wait, is that 19 to 22, 17 to 20, 15 armor, but it does not give me extra muscle. Now we can go in and out as we please. What did you want? What other novelties did you invent? Well, I invented a can of mixed nuts that has a spring in it, so when you open the nuts, spray out everywhere. That's kind of funny. No one would ever open the can because of how it said deadly venomous snakes on the label. Anything else? You know those flowers when you wear in your lapel and it sprays water in someone's face when they smell it? You invented it? That's a classic. No, I try to combine it with the chewing gum made out of hot peppers. You invented a boutonniere that maces people. Uh-huh. Anything else? You're okay. You're okay, Mike. You're okay. I totally didn't just abuse my mic just now. Anyway. Anything else? People seem to like those little sea monkey things, so I thought maybe I'd do that, except funnier. And then I thought itching powder is pretty funny. You made an itching powder out of brine trip. No, they're aquatic. It wouldn't work. I use spider eggs. Oh my god. Anything else? I tried to make an ultra-realistic stink bomb using pure methane gas. Turns out methane is actually pretty odorless. That isn't why fart smells bad. It's also extremely flammable. Anything else? You know those fortune-telling fish, the little cellophane things that curl up in your hand to predict the future? Sure. I didn't know how it happened, but mine were 100% accurate, and it was always terrible news. Anything else? I tried to improve on the classic rubber chicken. Let me guess. Not rubber? Good guess. Anything else? Once I made some glasses that let you see through people's clothes. Okay, hang on. Oh, okay, so that was the last one. Okay. So we can go in and out of the rooms as we please now. Ooh, which means we can unbar this one. You unbar the door. That's why they call you Unkady. Huh? Somebody left their wall in the nightstand. So I just robbed the man. How to love your money by acknowledging your body. Oh. We got a book, so let's see. Anything else? Okay, no, but what did we get? Advanced cow-punching. You've already learned all the techniques in this book, but you do pick up a few tips and tricks from poring over the appendices and the footnotes about cow appendices. Then you work out a little by tearing the book in half. Grrr. Okay, I can't learn any more cow-punching skills. I've learned them all. Interesting. The old 1, 2, 3 is my strongest skill, but it's still only at level 3. Oh, maybe we should level up the old 1, 2, 3, though. I want to see what happens when that maxes itself out. Bum, 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 bum. Maybe we really should also be leveling up our miscellaneous skills. If we get our hands on a lot of infernal leather, maybe we... This song is so fucking good! I think we should go for leatherworking. Yeah. One of the employees is sitting here reading a magazine, as you can see. Congratulating him on his newfound freedom. Congratulations, I freed you. You're free. Huh? Free from what? Well, from being locked in this room with nothing to do except read that magazine. Ah, so you freed me from having an excellent excuse for not doing my crappy job. Well... You freed me from the birding and relaxing in here instead of emptying trash cans and cleaning toilets. Great. Look, you're a real hero. I could just lock the door again. No, it's too late now. I'm free. Free as the wind blows. Free as my job blows. Thank you. You're welcome. He leaves, taking the chair with him. Huh. Right. Okay. Okay, I guess. Anything else? Okay, no, now we can go back to the 3rd floor. Finish exploring Mr. Gunn's place. Right, I already did everything in here. So we just need the last one. Rack of billiard cubes. But we've already got one. Spittoon, it shined! There's a spittoon here. A bright, shiny, beautiful spittoon. Gimme, gimme, gimme! Oh boy. Oh yeah. Come to Papa. What are you doing? Huh? Nothing. What are you doing? Looking at someone who's kneeling next to a spittoon with the apparent intention of sticking his whole entire face inside of it. Dive on in. You jam your head into the spittoon. Loved a spittoon that didn't love you back in gun manner. You jam your head into the spittoon up to the shoulder and find nothing. The brass basket is shiny and clean, outside and in. Clean as the day it was born. The museum staff must have washed it. It looks brand new. Are you crying? No, I'm fine! You're crying! Okay, well, I'll just be over here whenever you're done lying on the ground in a fetal position, hugging a spittoon. Fine! I didn't get anything! My spittoons! Hey there, how's it going? I ain't interested in chit-chat, fella. Just billiards. Step up or shut up. Pull out your cue and the ghost not... Stop being abused. Wait. Stop getting hit. Wait. Is I just victim blaming? No. Anyway. You pull out your cue and the ghost nods and racks the balls. Balls. He utterly trounces you. Just can't seem to make the balls go where you intended. Balls. That was as sad a showing as I've ever seen. Let me see that cue. Yeah, that's your problem. This thing's about as straight as a baker's handshake. What? You're gonna need to lay this back to true if you want a chance against me. Lathe, Oh, wait a second. I may not know what lathing is, but there's a dictionary in the library. Kitchen. Dining room. I think this is the wrong floor. Gallery. Library, yes. Lathe. To polish both a sausage and a plank. Okay, okay, let's go back to the 3rd floor. Can't do anything else in Mr. Gunn. I'll save Mrs. Gunn for last since that's where I have to go. Music room is next. Musty, decaying pile of old music books. Face them. Dueling banjos. There's a book, sheet music for the classic song Dueling Banjos. There's a library call number written on the spine. Oh, yes! There's a bassoon, and you know what they say, it makes an S out of N and what? Boo! Ah! This woman doesn't seem to be in anything other than cranking that hurdy-good. Time to go, wait, hang on. Come from Cotton Eye Joe. If it hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe, I've been married a long time ago. Where did you... Oh. It's not Cotton Eye Joe anymore. That's not Cotton Eye Joe anymore. It was Cotton Eye Joe a second ago. Been for Cotton Eye Joe, I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Even if it been for Cotton Eye Joe, I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? You definitely disconnect the crank from the hurdy-gurdy without altering the woman's attention, but it turns out you needn't have bothered. She continues to turn the crank blank-eyed with nothing even attached. You grab the end of the crank and pull her very slowly to the gift shop where you find a Victrola to plug her into. Problem solved? Okay. Let me turn the music back on. Ask for some info. Oh, hi. Thanks again for freeing me from that book. You still kind of have marks where the engravings pressed into your face. I'm hoping they fade with time, but if not, I can always quiz myself while shaving. So what do you have here? I provide information. Want some? Sure. Great, that's what I'm here for. What would you like to know? What can you tell me about Mrs. Gunn? Her full name is Teresa Olivia Gunn, but informally she goes by Terry. She was born in 1847 to Reginald and Priscilla Gunn. Her mother was a mathematician and founding member of the Western Society of Mathematics in 1870, and her father was a catapult operator in the unpleasant disagreement in 1862. She invented the gun in 1869 at the age of 22. There's a photograph of her on the wall accepting a prestigious inventing award. She married her husband Dan 20 years ago in 1875, and they had 3 daughters. Interesting. Other than that, there's not a lot we know about her. She's a very private person, especially after she gave the house to historical foundation and locked herself in a room 4 years ago. Anything else you'd like to know? Yeah, great, that's what I'm here for. What can you tell me about Mrs. Gunn's family? Well, let's see. She married Dan Staple Remover in 1875. He was the inventor of the staple remover. Did you know that? They met at an inventors convention 3 years previously. Dan decided to take her last name because he always wanted to call his invention Office Chocolates. And he was always a little annoyed that people called it after him instead. He had 3 daughters named Dorothy, Blanche, and Rose. That's nice. Unfortunately, Dan vanished mysteriously in 1899, shortly after Rose was born. Nobody knows what happened to him, although it's generally assumed he was killed by bandits while he was on the road for gun industry's business. And then all 3 of the girls went missing the year after. They went to summer camp and were just never heard from again. No ransom note or anything. Mrs. Gunn was never the same after that, naturally. She started blaming it on ghosts, though as far as I know, there's been no ghost activity here until just the other day. Anything else you'd like to know about? Yeah. What can you tell me about Gunn Manor? Isn't it amazing? Mrs. Gunn had it built in the mid to late 70s when she and her husband decided to start a family. It was finished in 1877. It has 8 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, plus a whole host of modern conveniences like electric lights, a coal-fired broiler, and a bowling alley. My personal favorite room is the library, but I guess you knew that one already. Mrs. Gunn donated the house to the Historical Society in 1891. I swear, I just heard my phone ringing. In 1891, with the provision that we keep the place properly maintained and send meals up to her room in the kitchen dumbwaiter. She's actually never come out of her room since then, although she still communicates via telephone or the house intercom sometimes. Anything else you'd like to know? Yeah. What can you tell me about rocks? Great! I know a ton about rocks now, specifically igneous rocks, and granite in particular. Do you know granite tables are frequently used as bases for optical instruments because they're very stable and easy to use? And easy to see? Cool, tell me another one. Sure, how about this? A granite is a natural source of radiation containing 10 to 20 parts per million of uranium, which is why you shouldn't fill your underwear with it despite the unpleasant weight. Or despite the pleasant weight. Obsidian is a type of volcanic glass that, if chipped properly, can be so sharp and cut a razor blade in half lengthwise. Oh, come on, please give me a skill for this. Oh no. Come on, I didn't even get anything about it. What's for sale? Still no. I still haven't been able to find any freaking stink resistance. I swear, I keep hearing my house phone ringing. Personalized shot glasses. I am not paying $1,200 each for that. Is that your name, Bart? The guy squints at the shot glass? Sure. He knocks back the shot and tosses the glass over his shoulder before picking up filling another one. Now it's Jefferson. Not spending my money on that. Okay, I'm gonna go to the library now. Alright. Bum 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 Dual law. Hey! Read it. You got a perk. Dual law. Wait, why is dual law a perk? What can dual law do? Plus 5 pin. Oh, okay. Okay. Can you help me with some library stuff? If I can't eventually figure out how to help the librarian, I'm just gonna murderize her. I'm good at murderizing them. Sheet music on the piano. Blank sheet music. John Cage. There's the ghost of an orchestra conductor, unless he's the ghost of someone pretending to be an orchestra conductor. Either he's very agitated about something, or he's conducting Flight of the Bumblebee. Sorry to interrupt, but I can't actually hear the music. What are you conducting? It is the finale of the year 1812 Solemn Overture by Tchaikovsky. Oh, the 1812 Overture. Sure, that would have been my second guess. Is your orchestra like double ghosts or something? What? Ah, I see. No, there is no orchestra. I merely have this piece of music irrevocably lodged in my head. It has been nagging at me incessantly ever since my death. This is just a guess, but did you die during a performance of the 1812 Overture? That is correct, yes, very astute of you. And the finale of that piece features real actual cannons, right? Is that how you die? If it was my fate to be slain by a piece of music, cannons would have been far preferable to my utterly farcical demise. What happened? The overture requires several cannons because it's impossible to load a single cannon quickly enough to fire as the score demands. However, the stage we were performing on could not have borne the weight. What did you do? I was not informed of the difficulty until it was far too late to make any changes. It transpired that the stage manager decided it would be sufficient to give a box of bullets to the tuba player. You were shot by a tuba. I was, as you say, shot by a tuba. I was shot, as you say, by a tuba. Wow, no wonder you ended up as a ghost. It isn't the ridiculousness of my death that troubles me, really. Accidents happen. As with any of the performing arts, a colleague of mine was decapitated by an errant cymbal during a performance of Paganini's Violin Concerto No. 1. Such are the risks we take for our art. Gosh. The problem is that the 1812's overture finale is a very dramatic and energetic piece. With this music constantly replaying itself in my head, I've been utterly unable to find any peace. I'll see if I can think of a way to help. What the hell am I supposed to do with that? Okay. Alright, nothing in the music room. He's all ears. Kids' rooms. Not again. Happy, please make me... No. Oh god, that's even worse. What the fudge is going on? Blank chalkboard. Rules for parlor games. Wait. Okay. But Gussy yourself up a little. Nice. Someone's been slacking on their geometry homework. Geometry textbook. Science stuff. Aw, wait. No, I like that music. Aw. It's a doll of mine. How adorable. But what's this? Tiny stick of dynamite. Aw. Play with them. Boo. Stuffed gun. Oh, wait. We could use this to put in the silencer. This guy has a smile frozen on his face and his eyes dart around in panic as he pretends to sip tea. One eye twitches. He tries to whisper to you at the corner of his mouth. What's that? A drop of sweat rolls down his brow and he stares at the little ghost who doesn't seem to notice. No. Still not getting it. Can you speak up? His hands are shaking. If he were holding an actual teacup, it probably would have shattered by now. He hisses at you through clenched teeth. Sorry, I can't understand you. Bye. The little girl goes to serving imaginary tea to her guests. The doll, while terrifying, is largely indifferent. The museum employee, on the other hand, is playing along with a rictus grin on his face. The little girl wears an annoyed and disappointed frown. Hello there, my name's Waffle. Can I join your tea party? If you want, I guess. But it's a terrible tea party. Oh, what's wrong? You aren't having any fun? I have this dumb made-up tea. I want a proper tea party like my mama took me to. Tell me more about that party. We went to a real tea room. It was so pretty. There were vases with flowers in them, and everyone was all dressed up in suits and pretty dresses. And there were white china teacups for the tea. Real tea, not imaginary. Well, that sounds very nice. It was. I was so nice, and everyone was so polite and charming and elegant. Well, until the fight started anyway. Uh-oh, there was a fight? Well, two of the gentlemen there got into an argument. I don't know what it was about, but I guess one said something the other one didn't like, and he was so insulted he threw his tea right in the first man's face. And then they took out guns and started shooting each other right there in the tea room. Whoa. They were still really elegant, though. They had little silver and ivory pistols, and they kept their pinkies out the whole time. Anyway, I don't remember the rest very well. Well, except one of them missed the other and shot me by mistake. I'm so sorry. Thanks, but it's alright. Heaven's supposed to be really nice, so I guess I don't mind so much, but I didn't get to finish my tea party, so I want to have another one before I go. Except I don't have any tea, and make-believe tea isn't fun anymore. I got a goblet full of blood. How about that? No, thank you. Are you sure? I have it on good authority that this is the real deal when it comes to tea parties. No, I think I would prefer some actual tea instead of a goblet full of child's blood, please. Well, okay, if you say so. Okay, I guess I gotta find some actual tea for her. Spooky lullaby sheet. This teddy bear has been comprehensively and enthusiastically disemboweled. Oh, hey. Oh, no, that could be used for it. Okay, so what do I have right now? Water stuffing, lullaby sheet music. Where's the guy? Music room. Wait, what? Wait, maybe here? Hey, he's happy! He's happy! Oh. Well now, that was nice. That was cool. I found something for you. Medicinal gas. Alright. Let's go back to second floor, because I think I have some stuff I can do for the unless... Anything over here that I've forgotten? Is the ghost still there? Oh yeah, she's still there. I'll let you know. Okay, right, this ghost. Objection! Okay, here we go. Gun law. Wait, it requires gun law? Don't I have gun law? I have gun law. Oh, dual law. I have dual law. Right. Alright, let me go to the library again. Basics of gun law. There it is. Read it. Gun law. Both of them give me a pistol attack. Cool. Okay. Wait, just in case. Is there anything else? Okay, no, I don't have anything else I can do right now. Here we go. Now I can start debating gun law. What's your problem anyway? In fact, I think you'll find I'm quite conversant to the finer points of our justice system, particularly as it pertains to guns and gun-related activity. Horseradish, you're all trousers and no breed. Oh yeah? Well, just try me, smart lady. Fine. Obviously, you aren't going to leave me alone, so just ask your questions. I'm Waffle MacGuffin, speaking for the record. State your name, occupation, cause of death. Felicity Wainwright, defense attorney, lost a court-approved trial by combat. What? Trial by combat has been outlawed for like 15 years. You do understand that ghosts don't visually age as time passes, right? Oh, right. So your client called for a trial by combat, which meant you and the prosecutor had to face off in a duel. That's correct. And you lost. She squints at you. Are you acting dumb to try and throw me off guard? I withdraw the question. Why are you stuck as a ghost? Because although trial by combat was already well out of fashion at the time, it was still a valid legal recourse. I should have been prepared for the possibility, but I wasn't. My lack of training resulted in an innocent man being executed for murder. Oof, how was he executed? Hanging, I assume. Obviously, I wasn't around to see it. So to release you, I'd need to prove that the loss wasn't your fault. The trial duel was completely fair and above board. There is no chance of there having been foul play on the prosecutor's part. My loss was my own. Then I'd have to prove your client was actually guilty, and therefore your feelings of responsibility are misplaced. The look she gives you is hard and cold. Look, you think you know a thing or two about law? How about you tell me the first rule being a defense attorney? Don't accidentally call him mom. You have to trust and believe in your client. If you don't believe your client is innocent, you'll never convince anyone else he is either. So if I want to convince you he was guilty, you have an uphill fight, fella. You're essentially playing prosecutor here. Alright, tell me about the case. My defendant was Matthew Guilty McCready, accused of murder of Victor Vic Timsburg at noon on June 18, 1878 in Reno. I have some questions. Go ahead. Your client was actually named Guilty. Come on. Names don't mean anything. I once had a client named Tim Ike Ildeguy, and he was totally innocent. For someone's actual legal name, sure, but nicknames are usually given with some sort of basis. You've never met a really tall guy called Tiny, or a fat guy called Slim? Arguably, the nickname Guilty would reinforce my client's innocence. That's totally absurd, but I'll let it rest for now. Let me ask something else. Go ahead. What was the cause of death? Timsbury was shot through the heart with a .45 caliber revolver. And did McCready own such a gun? Yes, he was holding it at the time, and subsequent examination showed that it had been recently fired. Are you messing with me? Any further questions? Yeah, I do have some more questions. Yeah, go ahead. This is at noon precisely? Yes, that was confirmed by witnesses. Also, McCready owned a fancy pocket watch that chimed on the hours. There were witnesses, about a half dozen of them. I'm pretty sure there's something you aren't telling me. I'm not obligated to play my face up, Mr. Prosecutor. Okay then, go ahead. Hang on a second. Shot with a pistol in front of witnesses at exactly noon. Was this a duel? So you can add 2 plus 2 after all. Well done. Well, as luck would have it, I've just recently read a whole book about duel law. What? Why? No reason. I just happened across the library and thought it might be interesting. You read an entire code of law you found at random, just for the heck of it. Yep. Let me just do a quick review. A duel is legal provided it's between exactly 2 people at a specific prearranged time and place using the same or at least essentially similar weapons, and they have to either face each other down and quick draw at the appointed moment or do the 10 paces turn fire routine. Is that right? That's the gist of it, yes. So I guess let's start with you telling me the facts of the case, and I'll interrupt rudely if you have any questions. Or I'll interrupt you rudely if I have any questions. Alright, but if you push me on trivial nonsense, I'll get mad and you'll have to start over. That seems fair. Go ahead. McCready and Timsbury got into an argument in a saloon on the evening of June 17th. Apparently, Timsbury accused McCready of cheating a poker. I have some questions. Shoot. What day of the week was this? Monday. Monday, June 18th, 1878. Well, that makes sense. Everyone's always a bit grumpy on a Monday. Uh-huh. That should make the weekend Sunday and Monday instead. Then you could spend Monday relaxing instead of having to go to work. But then... whatever. Do you have any other questions? No, go on with the story. I'm in testimony. The bartender yelled at them to take it outside, but since it was dark out, they agreed to meet for a duel next day. And that would be the 18th, he said. Yes, June 18th, 1878. I have a question. What? Did they set a specific time for the duel? Yes, high noon. Figures. Why is it always high noon? Tradition, I suppose, and since the sun is at its highest in the sky, everything's brightly lit and there aren't many shadows, so that's good for gunfighting. Makes sense? Plus, you can have your duel on your lunch break. Let me ask something else. What? Why didn't they just fight right then? Because it was dark. You can't have a gunfight in the dark. No, I get that. But they could have just had a regular old fist fight. They were mad enough to shoot each other to death, but not to punch each other? Well, without getting too psychoanalytic, these guys were gunfighting. I mean, they counted that as a significant part of their identity. Fighting without guns was just not just outside their wheelhouse. They considered it a waste of their time and talents. Like asking a fancy French chef to make a grilled cheese sandwich. What happened next? Well, the next day, they both showed up shortly before noon, squared off about 30 feet from each other. When noon struck, McCready fired. Fast enough that Timsbury didn't get his shot off, on account of having his head shot off. That's pretty much the long and short of it. I would have some more details on that. Go ahead. He fired exactly at noon? Yes, the church bell started ringing. You also mentioned McCready's pocket watch. Okay, let me ask something else. You said there were witnesses. About a half dozen of them watching from across the street or peeking through half-open shutters. Were they interviewed? Yes, and their stories lined up with what I just told of you. Were any of them known assistants associates of McCready? Well, I'm not aware of any of them being actual friends with McCready, but he was a local and a lot of people knew him. She gives you a suspicious look. Wait a minute, just where are you going with... Objection! Oh, come on. Any one of those people could have been interceded on McCready's behalf. What? And done one. Exactly. Well, they could have shot Timsfield with a more accurate weapon, like a rifle, or then there'd have been 2 gunshots instead of just one. Or he suggested they shot him with a poison blowgun dart. Well, was he tested for poison? Get out. Well, come on, that's a valid question. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, that seems fair. Go on. Okay, go on. What weapons were they using? McCready had a .45 caliber single-action Army revolver. Timsbury had an older model, .36 caliber cap-and-ball Navy revolver, which he had loaded with paper cartridges instead of packing the gunpowder by hand. Objection! Those are significantly different weapons. Are you kidding me? They're both pistols. A modern cartridge revolver versus an antique cap-and-ball loader? Ridiculous. That antique was in production until 1873 and was considered one of the most reliable and popular 6-shooters in the territories. Furthermore, the restriction against different weapons in a duel is about pistols versus rifles, or the proverbial knife in a gunfight, or as a more recent example, a nitwit trying to argue the law against a professional attorney. Geez, that's a bit harsh. Well, damn. No, I'm gonna get this bitch. I don't want to fight this bitch. I wanna out-lawyer this bitch. I want to out-lawyer her. Okay, questions here. Tell me more about the argument. There isn't much to tell. The other players in the game had already folded their hands in that round, so they weren't paying very close attention. All we know is that Timsbury suddenly accused McCready of being a dirty, cheating varmint, and McCready said Timsbury was just sure because he'd been losing all night. Did McCready have a history of cheating? He'd been accused of it once or twice before, but Reno's a gambling town, and he hung out in the rough part of it. Getting accused of cheating by a sore loser when you're on a lucky streak is par for the cause. But if McCready had a history of cheating, it would be irrelevant because the reason for the duel is immaterial to the legality of the duel itself. Motive isn't an issue here, but remember how I warned you about ticking me off with stupid digressions? This is an excellent example. Objection, this is extremely relevant. This is extremely relevant. If MacReady was a habitual cheater, it's likely he would have cheated in the duel as well. And somehow you're going to prove to me that MacReady... Man? Oh. Gosh, I'm hearing all sorts of shit. Was a habitual poker cheater 17 years after the fact. How exactly do you intend to accomplish that, Mr. Prosecutor? Even if you did somehow pull that off, it would be circumstantial evidence at best. You have to prove he cheated in the duel himself, in front of witnesses. What form do you imagine this cheating took, pray tell? Mirrors? Rats. Tippy tap tap tap, tippy tippy tap tap, tippy tippy tap tap, tippy tap tap. That seems fair. Go ahead. Go on. I have a question. Sorry, never mind. What happened next? Did I do these? Okay. Okay. Let me try it. Questions this. What was the name of the saloon? The Two-Headed Horse. Weird. Did they have one? No, I think the proprietor was going for sort of double entendre, but it doesn't really work. Huh. No, it really doesn't. Weird. I keep hearing stuff back here. It's weird. Two-headed spider, maybe, but... Anyway, do you have other questions, or can we get on with this? I have another question. What day of the week was this? So MacReady fires at the church. Objection. Oh! Objection! God, what the heck? MacReady fired at the wrong time. What are you talking about? He fired exactly at noon with the church bell. There are witnesses. That's right. He fired at clock noon, but the duel was set for high noon. They aren't the same thing. High noon is just when the sun is at its highest point in the sky. Depending on geography and the time of year, it can be hours different from clock noon. MacReady fired early, and that makes the duel illegal. So what do you say to that, counselor? Felicity gives us a slow smile. I've got to hand it to you, Prosecutor MacGuffin. You're a lot better at this than I was giving you credit for. That's a good thought you had there. There's just one problem with it. Oh, what's that? I already thought. Take that! She hurls a small book at you, which you just barely managed to catch. 1878 Nautical Almanac. Gah, what the heck is this? I did my homework when I was preparing for that trial. My legal homework, since at the time I expected there to be an actual trial, not a gunfight. What you're holding there is a nautical almanac for the year 1878. There are bookmarks if you'd like to do the math yourself, but if you look up solar noon, aka high noon for June the 18th, and make the adjustment for radio's longitude, what do you think you got? You have got to be kidding me. That's right, Mr. Prosecutor. 12 o'clock p.m. precisely. No! Well, damn. Nice try, though. I mean that sincerely. That's all my ammo. I can't think of any other way to disprove MacReady's innocence. As far as I can see, it was a fair duel. Yes, and that's me with the guilt of an innocent man's death on my hands. An innocent man's death. You sure are good at repeating things people say. What if he didn't die? Say what now? What? You didn't actually see the execution, right? Yes. Well, I was indisposed, you might say, being dead and all. So you don't actually know whether or not it happened. Oh, come on, look. I appreciate the effort, but you're barking at the moon. Let me ask you something. All right, go ahead. What can you tell me about MacReady? He was a gunfighter through and through. And by that I mean he was an adrenaline addict, and dueling was his needle of choice. Hell, if you told me you had evidence that he cheated at poker with the specific intent of baiting me into people challenge him into duels, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised. He was a sly one. Her expression softens and she sighs. I make him sound like a real devil. That's not fair. He was smart and charming. He could have been a good man if he'd chosen an entirely different life for himself. Anything else? Well, I recall he had a real good head for numbers. Told me that he never forgot a date. And every man he'd ever killed, he remembered to pour beer on their grave for their birthday. Pour beer on their grave on their birthday. Well, that's nice. A nicer birthday present would have been not having killed him in the first place, of course. Yep. I have another question. Why do you invoke trial by combat? Assuming he was innocent, why would McCready invoke trial by combat? His case was pretty straightforward. A duel only worsened his odds. I was mighty surprised, let me tell you. The only thing I can figure is it was his damn fool sense of gunfighter's pride or something. Like that was the only form of justice he was willing to submit himself to. Was the trial right after the duel, the 19th? Ha! No. I don't know what Reno's like now, but it didn't have a proper courthouse then. You can't try a murder charge in the sheriff's front parlor. McCready sat in jail for a couple weeks, and then they transported him to Frisco. With one thing and another, the trial didn't start until July 25th. Geez, so much for the right to a speedy trial. The wheels grind slow. When was the execution? Well, we held the trial by combat on the 26th, and that was a Friday. They don't execute prisoners on the weekend, so presumably it would have been the following Monday, the 29th. In the morning? What with setting up the gallows and letting a crowd gather, they usually happen in the afternoon, around 3 typically. Whoa, why am I? Wait a second. January. I do not want to flip through all 365 degrees. Or 365 days. Wait a second. July 25th. July 25th, 26th, 29th. July 26th, 25th, and 29th. July 26th. July 25th. July 29th. Wait. A solar eclipse. July 19th. I'm gonna check the other days of July. July 28th? What happened on July 30th? Hey, got a question for you. I looked up July 29th in your almanac, and get this, there was a total eclipse of the sun that day. What? Now you're just messing with me. No, look for yourself. Totality at 2:47 p.m. right over the Western Territories. Well, that's quite a thing, but I don't see how that affects. Wait, unless you're suggesting... Right, it was the perfect opportunity for McCready to escape. That's absurd. Absurd like a fox. You said yourself that McCready was really good at remembering dates. He could have read about the eclipse at any time and stored that knowledge away for future use, like to give himself an advantage in a duel or something. Alright, that's reasonable as far as it goes, but McCready couldn't have worked the eclipse into an escape plan because he didn't have any say over the court schedule. You said, what with one thing and another, the trial didn't start until July 25th. McCready could have caused any number of those delays himself, by faking illness in prison, or messing with the horses on the ride to Frisco, or anything. This could also explain the trial by combat. You mean there ended up being too much delay, so if a regular trial went on too long and he was found guilty, he'd have missed the eclipse. Exactly! Whereas if he called for trial by combat, everything would be resolved one way or the other in only one more day. Maybe you'd win and that'd be fine, but if you lost, he could use his escape plan. I have to admit, this is pretty compelling. But it's all maybes and what ifs. Yeah, maybe it happened, but maybe McCready was rescued by leprechaun. Oh man, are there leprechauns in Frisco? You need some kind of hard evidence before there's any more than just a fun story is what I mean. Let me ask you something else. How could I find evidence of McCready's escape? Well, we don't know that an escape even happened. True. Something like that would have been in the news for certain. Okay, I'll see what I can find. The news. Wait. Something would have been in the news. No, the nautical... Maybe there's something in the library about it? You find bundles of old newspapers at the bottom of one shelf, the Frisco Newsinator. You start at the bottom of the stack and flip through them until you find the paper for the week of July 28th to August 3rd, 1878. The main feature has to do with the eclipse and various accidents and spectacles that occurred, but because most people weren't expecting it. The editor apologized for bearing the announcement in the previous week's weather forecast. Most notably, all 3 men scheduled to be hanged on the 29th escaped in the confusion, and only 2 of them were recaptured. Unfortunately, their names aren't given. You don't find anything else relevant to the case. However, as you're putting the papers back on the shelf, a headline or more recent issue catches your eye. Husband of famous inventor missing. The article is light on information, but apparently Mrs. Gunn's husband Dan vanished on the road while traveling to Dirtwater on business about 6 years ago. Law enforcement suspected bandits, but no evidence was found. That's kind of grim. Okay. Well, that means that he could have actually escaped after all. Hey, I got a question for you. I found a newspaper article. The guy scheduled to be executed the day of the eclipse escaped, and one of them was never caught. Which one? Well, didn't say, did it? Nope. Damn it. And executed criminals aren't given gravestones with their names on them, so you can't just go look around Frisco Cemetery to find out. Listen, Waffle, I really appreciate what you're trying to do, but at this point you would actually have to find McCready himself to prove he wasn't executed due to my failure. Well, I guess that's what I'll do then. Any idea where to start looking for McCready? I'd imagine he got as far the heck away from Frisco as he could, if he's the one to escape. Huh. Okay. Is there anything else in the library right now, or is it back to... Okay. Okay, yeah, no. Alright. So right now, we have nothing else we can do, I don't think. No, we can. We can go to the first floor, and we can go to the cellar and make our gun. Make a silencer. Nice. What does the silencer do? Silent your pistol. Okay. Okay, sure. Nice. So I got another silencer. Okay. Cool. I guess I could just make infinite silencers now. Alright, guess it's time to go to Mrs. Gunn. Knock, knock. Yes, who is it? Mrs. Gunn, I'm Waffle MacGuffin. Are you with the Ghost Extermination people? Yes, ma'am. Florence Cunningham, Cunningham Ghost Annihilation Services. Waffle is my assistant. I'm your what? Who's the country licensed ghost, the county licensed ghost hunter here? Me or you? Okay, fine. I guess. Have you been able to exterminate all the ghosts? I still feel haunted. 7 of them left, according to scanner. We're still working on it, ma'am. Don't worry. You can count on us. Alright, please let me know when you finish. Will do, ma'am. Okay. Okay. No. Okay. anything else I can do right now? Wait, do I have a crank already? No, it doesn't give me a crank. Okay. Okay. Can't do anything here. Alright. Can I do anything else here in Mr. Gunn's house? Sweet babies. Go on. Okay, so how do I could just murder them all. I don't want to murder them all, though. I want to actually figure out how to... get rid of them all. Fight it again. Holy monkey, Toledo. Florence heals. Get beefussin'. Boom, bop, boom. Bowling shirt name tag? Okay. I wonder. I know I'm gonna win anyway, but holy hell, that just makes me nervous. Beat him. Bowling ball chunk. Deals damage equal to your muscle. That's a lot of damage. Alright. Alright, what else can I do? Nothing in here. Let me check out the second floor again. Anything I can do in the restroom? No. What about the guest rooms? Anything new? No. This one just leads into here. Nothing for him. Anything else? If not, I'll go out to the maze and see if there's anything I can do in there. No, that's that. Do you have any old newspapers? Alright, I'm gonna go double check the first floor, and if there's nothing else, we'll go to the maze, and if I can't find anything with the maze, if I can't do anything with the maze, then pantry already done. Because I am really not strong enough to take on those spiders either. Ooh, perform 4 melee attacks? Yikes. Okay. Thick skin. Let's get a little tougher. Haymaker. No. Let's just hit harder. Did I get anything? Yeah, I think I did. Yeah. Alright. Let's go check out the maze. See if we can figure something out with the maze. Tippy tap 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 tippy tippy tap tap. Alright, Oh. Oh. Fight. Missed. Yo, that's some damage. Heal us up. Beefus. 74, 65, 74. How much? Yeah, let's just keep you. Let's have you two on support. They're all targeting me anyway, so let's have you all on support. Since he deals quite a chunk of damage, and those two can't actually damage me. So you two will heal. Will keep my health at max, and I'll deal all the damage. Wait, 8, 43, 57. Yeah, no, keep the healing going. No! 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 Alice! Way! Alice, I'm mad. Now at least there won't be any need for healing anymore. Blast the things. Wow, the Science Blast actually does more damage than the regular attack. Sledgehammer! Ooh, thanks. You think a gal could sit and eat her lunch in a weird hedge maze without getting accosted by monsters? What is this world coming to? You said it. Is it safe to go? I should get back to work. What do you do here? I work in the visitor center. I run the token smashing machine. We sell those little brass tokens stamped with the museum logo. You can either use them in the wishing well or run them through a machine that rolls them out flat and stamps the museum logo on them. That's my job. It stamps the museum logo onto them again? Yeah, but they're longer after that. Huh. So do you think it's safe to leave? Yeah, you should be fine. Lady leaves. Get it? Leaves? Yeah, uh-huh. Must be that hedge wizard. give him a trimming. Oh, shit, nah. Heal. Beefus. Punchus Annihilatus. Stop it! He's already dead! Heal it again. Owie. Heal again, please. And I don't even need the 1, 2, 3. Let's chase that jerk down happily. Hedges, heed your calls. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Whoa, that thing can actually damage me? This fight's not gonna end well. Alright, focus on heals. We're gonna heal it up. I can always get more of these later. Alright, now, in this case, what are your damages? What else do we got? Oh, I could... I can one-tap this guy right now. That's why I'm one chunk. That's fine. I don't mind using that. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna triple tap this. I probably didn't need to do that. And I'm gonna have Alice heal the fuck out of me. This is why I hoard my things. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna up my mysticality by a little bit. What in the world? Oh, I'm so gonna die. That's not fair. Damn it. Okay. A weapon. A hat. No, I can't take that, but cool. Stench resistance! We have stench resistance. Finally. We have some stuff we can use. Alright, let's get ourselves, vanilla custard, yes. All by 5. I don't want one of the ones. Let's increase our moxie a little bit. Sure, we having... Yes. Menu did. What is menu did? Okay. Oh, wait, it must be an effect. Oh. Okay. Back to the food and drinks. Your booze. Melee damage, all by 1. New Amsterdam for... New Amsterdam for one of them. Maybe Ranch Punch. Need to use our last blue ribbon. Let's go maximum. Yeah, let's go for the Breadwood Bourbon. And then potions. Maybe. Oh, wait. The speed. The speed. More speed. If I get more speed, I can attack him before he summons. Speed. What else? What else has speed? I don't want anything with speed that'll also reduce something else. Let's go for the bottle of laudanum then. Let's actually get back upstairs to insult ourselves. I'm only gonna go for 3 though. I wonder something. Will I be able to find something about MacCready? Sweet. No, let's go back out. Alright, I'm gonna see if I have a package or anything. Package from Rufus, thanks! Oh, hey! Something about MacCready! Wait, I like to send a postcard. Okay, but I saw something about MacCready. Trying to find a guy named MacCready. There's a possibility he might have passed through here about 17 years ago. Pass through? We don't stamp passports here. Yeah. He stayed for a while. I might have a forwarding address. Ooh, can you check, please? Alright, them books could use some dusting anyway. 1 sec. She pulls some big ledgers out of her desk and blows a huge cloud of dust in the air, then starts leafing through them. 17 years. Around 78 then? 76, 77, 78. Marin, Mablestone, McMurphy, MacCready. Got a Matt MacCready. That the one? That's him. No forwarding address, but you could ask at his old place just out the northwest of here. Let me see your map. Oh yeah, looks like you already got it here. Desert House. That's the one. Thanks. Cool, we found something about MacCready. Advanced cow-punching. Okay, more experience, but I can't learn anything else. But XP's XP. But now we know where MacCready is. Where's the Desert House? Hellcat. I have to do it for 400 damage. Owie. Great. A shovel. Thank God. I just wish it wasn't so damn expensive. You dig up until your shovel hits a wooden coffin and haul the lid open. A skeleton blinks at you. Or, well, it doesn't, but anyway. Howdy? Howdy. Are you guilty, McCready? Well, now. I ain't heard that nickname in, what year is it? 1895. 17 years. No, I tell a lie. There was that one time 8 years ago. The same McCready that escaped the gallows during an eclipse. Well, since the statute of limitations expired, I might as well fess up. Yeah, that was me. Real sweet plan, too. Apart from one little hitch, it went off smooth as silk. Even worked in a little misdirection, leading the law right to them other fellers instead of me. So I'm right, too. They was real murderers. Not like me. I never killed a man except in a fair fight. Except for one little hitch you mentioned. You miscalculated how long to delay the trial. So in order not to miss the eclipse, you called for a trial by combat. Oh, yeah? Well, yep, that's the truth of it. You're blaming me for Miss Wainwright's death, I suppose? Why didn't you trust her? She would have gotten you declared innocent. She had a real good head on her shoulder, sure, but so did that prosecutor fella. I didn't rate the odds better than 50-50. Not good enough. Anyway, the trial by combat was part of her job. She should have been ready. That stinks. She trusted you. She's a ghost now because she feels guilty about losing that trial. I spent ages trying to convince her you weren't innocent, and she backed you every step of the way despite the fact that you got her killed. And you don't even care? Hell, you bite your tongue, sonny. You don't know me. Don't care. I did what I felt I had to do to stay alive, but I felt damn guilty about what happened to Miss Wainwright. But I ain't taking all the blame for her, no sir. She'll tell you herself she should have been better prepared, just like she told me that day apologizing with her last breath. I gave up gunfighting for her. Gave up the only thing I lived for. That's how I felt about it. You gave up gunfighting? Weren't easy, but I did. Bought this house, bought this land, raised some chickens, had a little vegetable garden. Place has gone to hell since I died. That's a shame. Anyway, I never fired my pistol again, not even at a damn fence post. That's not what it says on your grave. Oh, read it again. That's the fella what killed me, having a little ironic joke, I reckon. Someone killed you? You're only the second person to track me down. First one was 9 years after trial. Vic Timsbury's brother hunted for revenge. What happened? He challenged me to duel, and I told him I ain't doing that no more. He asked again, and I said no. He hollered at me, and I took my pistol out the closet and threw it at his feet, so as he could see how the cylinder was all rusted shut. And he cocked his gun and asked me one last time. I said no. Last thing I remember is the bang. Jeez. Time him to bury me, though, Guess he weren't all bad. Do you want to see Felicity again? I could take you to her ghost. Nah. I reckon I'll just go back to sleep. Ain't right, a dead fella walking around. Just tell her sorry for me, right? Yeah, you can give her my pocket watch. She'll recognize it. Bye, McCready. So long, fella. Close the coffin and fill the hole back in. Well, damn, man. Damn, man. Holy shit. Keeping that shit. Keeping that? Holy hell. Should have been standing by a TNT barrel, y'all. Black denim pants and black hat. Ooh. One armor. Damn. Heck yeah, back to Gun Manor. Wait, did I ever go these? Oh. Is there anyone else in here? Oh, balanced billiards cue. Finally. Now we can use it. Oh. Alright. So that's another ghost we can take care of. Alright, first is... No, I think the billiards room is on this floor, isn't it? Or is that the gap? No, that's the parlor, isn't it? No. And that's the cellar. Anything else in here? Alright, now let's go up to the second floor then. Okay. We can talk to her now. Are you ready for this? What now? I found McCready's grave. He wasn't executed. You're 100% certain it's him. Not some other named McCready. It was him. I spoke to him personally. Spoke to him? He's alive? Not exactly. He's a skeleton. We talked for a while, and then he asked me to bury him again so he could go back to sleep. What did he say? He confirmed our guesses. He knew about the eclipse in advance and stalled the trial for his escape plan, but stalled it too long and decided to hedge his bet by calling the trial by combat. I see. He gave up gunfighting. He what? He bought a little house and raised chickens. Never fired his pistol again. In fact, he left it to rust. 9 years later, Timsbury's brother caught up to him and challenged him to a revenge match. McCready refused repeatedly, so the guy shot him. He said to tell you he was sorry. She looks at you silently for a moment and sighs and shakes her head. She smiles at you. Thank you, Waffle. You'd make a damn fine attorney. She shakes your hand and fades from view as she does so. Rest in peace, counselor. Is the ghost? No, I took care of her. Oh, thank God. But I've got to wash this flower off and get back to work. But first, he starts frantically scratching every part of his body. Man, feels like I've been saving up these itches for days. I was about to go crazy. Thanks, Waffle. You're a lifesaver. No problemo. Come see me at the visitor center. I'll hook you up with a souvenir photograph. See ya. Alright. Now where's the pool hall? Restroom. Guest rooms. I don't think it's a guest room. Does that mean it was on the top floor? It's the library. Okay, I don't think we probably do still need the library, but... Third floor. Oh, it's probably in Mr. Gunn's rooms. Yes. Challenge him to a game. You chalk up your cue and the ghost racks the balls. It's a close match. You have to consult the geometry book for a few times just to work out all the angles. The game comes down to a fight for the 8 ball, and you manage to barely squeak out the win when the ghost catches an unlucky bounce off the corner of a pocket. Well, shucks. Nice shooting, Tex. He flips you a finger gun salute, winks, and fades into nothingness. Hooray! The balls are still now. 6 ball. Start every day. Hell no. No. Makes me sad. Alright, there she is. Alright. Bum 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 ba ba bum ba bum 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 bum. Trying to remember what we were doing. Bum 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 bum. I'm still mad that Splatoon is nothing. 11 feet tall, huh? And nothing in here, right? No, it's just the bowling. Alright. Let's get out of here. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Alright, let's go back down to the first floor. nothing. Boom. Oh, right, this guy. I'll keep looking for the photograph. I'm tempted to just kill him, though. Second floor. What to do, what to do, what to do. Oh, this guy. Oh, right, this guy. Shoots. Ooh, what if I exploding cigar? There we go. Cool. I think this is what you're looking for. That's an exploding cigar? Yep, sometimes a cigar is just a cigar, but not this time. What did you use for the explosive? I found a really small firecracker, just big enough to blow up the cigar without also blowing up someone's face. Also, without the, violent lead projectile. You're a genius. Please let me see it in action so I can finally rest. Ta-da! That was a violent afterlife moving on. Oh, I was already here. I'm not talking about this thing with you anymore. Alright. One left on the first, one left on the second, 2 on the third. No. I was wondering how you died. That's a new one. I was wondering how you died, if it's not too personal a question. I was caught in the crossfire at a library shootout. Wow, what happened? A pair of ruffians got into a heated argument over the comparative merits of Anton Chekhov versus Heinrich Ibsen. And when they started shooting, I attempted to step in and stop them. I simply won't abide gunfire in my library. It's far too loud. Ibsen versus Chekhov? Huh, what was their point of contention? I don't recall the particulars. I just remember the Chekhov fan shouting, "Remember that gun I showed you in Act 1 before opening fire?" The noise was dreadful. That's your only objection. The noise. That's quite sufficient. I won't tolerate noise of any stripe, and certainly not gunfire. Hey look, I invented this. I invented this thing that makes guns really quiet. Oh, how marvelous. Finally I can rest in peace knowing that librarians will now be safe from the noise of gunfire. It is only in an atmosphere of quiet that true joy dare live. Bertrand Russell. And with that, she dissipates into nothing. He isn't famous yet. Well, whatever. Is that the last ghost on this floor? Cool. That's all the ghosts on this floor. Cool, 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 cool. Third floor. Kids room? Oh, right, creepiness. Oh, this one. Real tea. Where can I find real tea? Probably in the kitchen, but... Interesting. Where's the second ghost on this floor? nothing's changed there. Did it ghost in Mr. Gunn's place? Not here. No, it's not in here either. Was it in here? Well, where's the last damn ghost? Is Mrs. Gunn a ghost? Alright, let's go to the first floor. Maybe that we could find something in the kitchen that we didn't before. Chili stove. String bean can. Where would we get the tea? Okay, we can't get any tea in there. Can we get any in the dining room? Maybe I just missed it. No. Huh. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna fight. Unless there's anything still down here. Oh! Huh. Now, the tea? Where can we find the tea? We found the photo for Lord S. Yeah, no. Baby. It's okay. Why? Alright, you know what? We're just gonna fight we're just gonna give the photo to the dude in the larder. Or, not the larder, was it the pantry? To the gallery? No. I think he was on the first floor. Kitchen and the larder, yeah. We're gonna give this guy... I found an old photograph. Oh, Mother Hill, what a resemblance. Yeah, it's a pretty decent pick. Not good thing light travels faster than bullets. Now my image will not be lost to the ravages of time. Merci beaucoup, my friend. He hangs the photo in the window and dissipates into nothingness. Auf Wiedersehen. Cool. But I still can't find any tea, so I'm gonna go kill that little girl. That was a sentence. Alright, since I couldn't find any tea, let's just go to the top floor and kill the little girl. Just gonna murder this little ghost girl real quick. I'll make tea from your tidy bones. Putting aside the fact that attacking a little girl is a real jerk move, the one thing you know for sure about little girl ghosts is that they get spooky as heck when they get riled up. It is practically a guarantee that she will destroy you if you don't have a ton of spooky resistance. On second thought, never mind. How much spooky resistance do I have right now? I have 0 spooky resistance. So I looked it up. I looked it up because I'm glad I did. I'm glad I looked it up. I could not beat her. If I tried, I would have gotten massacred. So I looked up how to get to it. And we need the tea leaves from the garden and the boiler from the boiler, and boiling water from the boiler room. So we go to the cellar. I think it's the cellar. Is it? No. Okay, so we gotta go find that wishing well that we found before. I don't remember where it was, but we're gonna go find it. I have a feeling he's gonna nuke me if I try. I'm gonna try. Oh. One tap. Shotgun to off. Ow! This is bad. I'm gonna die. Oh, I'm so dead. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. I only did go angry 3 times. I am so glad I did. Holy shit. Yeah, nope, not happening. I am not strong enough for that, man. Here it is. Tea service with tea. Nice. No. All right. Yeah. All right, let's go to the 3rd floor, I think it is. Yeah. Nope. This one. Sure did. Here you go. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. He serves the tea and the 4 of you. Okay, well, not the dolls. Sip it with your pinkies extended in genteel fashion. Then with a giggle and a wave, she fades away. Rest in peace, kiddo. Oh, thank God. I thought that would never be over. Look at me. I'm shaking like a leaf. Kind of a freaky situation, right? Having to deal with little kids freaks me out bad enough. Had to interact with the ghost of one was horrifying. Anyway, thanks for the rescue. I need to get back to work. What do you do here? I run the candy counter in the visitor center. Oh. Huh. One ghost left, and I think it's Mrs. Gunn. It's probably Mrs. Gunn. Knock, knock. Yes. It's Waffle and Florence, ma'am. The ghost hunters. Florence and Waffle. Whatever. I do feel significantly less haunted. Did you get rid of all the ghosts? We sure did, ma'am. Actually, my scanner says there's still one. Shh. Yes, ma'am. All ghosts accounted for. Well, that's splendid. Come right on in. I called it. I knew it. I knew it. Attic opening stick. Oh, attic opening stick. Hello, Mrs. Gunn. Hello. Waffle, was it? Thank you for getting rid of all those ghosts for me. Yeah, about that. Turns out there's one left. Oh dear, well I'll need you to take care of it before I can pay you. Mrs. Gunn, I've got some bad news for you. Oh, what's that? It's you. You're a ghost, ma'am. Well, I'll be. When did that happen, I wonder? My condolences. Why, thank you. You're very kind. You know, this does explain some things. Like what? Well, I haven't had any appetite for months. Nearly a year, in fact. They keep sending food up from the kitchen in the dumbwaiter, but I've been dropping it out the window and sending the empty plates back so the chef won't have her feelings hurt. There's also the fact that you're, well, translucent. Yes, I thought it was just cataracts. Miss Gunn, this prompts a question, you know. Oh, what's that? Why are you a ghost? Well, I'm sure I don't know. You're the expert. Perhaps you can tell me. Actually, that's me. I'm the expert. You have some kind of unfinished business? Something that's tying you to this place? Well, now that you mention it, yes, I suppose I do. Honestly, I'm not interested right now. Do you mind telling me about it? My entire family disappeared a few years ago. My husband and 3 daughters. Oh yeah, I heard about that. I'm sorry for your loss. The sheriff suspected they'd been kidnapped for ransom, but no one ever made any demands. They just vanished. I never found out what happened. I always thought they were taken away by ghosts. Why did you think that? I've always felt guilty about how many people have been killed by my invention. The belt buckle? The gun. Oh, right. I used to worry that their ghosts would come back to haunt me. When I built this house, I had an electrical anti-ghost field installed in the walls of this room so they couldn't get in. No way. Awesome. Wait, doesn't that affect you? Well, I'm sure it would if I attempted to walk through the wall, but it never occurred to me to try. Aha. After Dan and the girls disappeared, I became so sure that the ghosts had gotten them that I locked myself in here. After donating the rest of the house to the Historical Society so that there's someone to look after the place, now I feel rather silly about the whole thing. Silly? I mean, ghosts do exist, obviously. Well, yes, but now that I'm a ghost myself, I can sense the presence of other ghosts, and they only just arrived in this house yesterday or the day before. That was when I called for an exterminator. You know, I didn't even question how I knew they were here. But I don't think there have been any ghosts here before then. Why did they all show up yesterday? I couldn't say. They all seemed very angry and confused, but since they couldn't get in here, they gave up and just started wandering around the house. They gave up quite easily, actually. Maybe because you were already a ghost yourself. Well, Mrs. Gunn, what are we going to do with you? What do you mean? You did contact me for 13 ghosts, ma'am. You're the 13th. Oh, yes. Obviously, I could simply renegotiate the number with you, but perhaps you want to go ahead and exorcise me, or whatever you do. Flo, you want to handle this? Oh, really? Yeah, but you can do it humanely, right? I have successfully convinced myself that blasting a ghost with accelerated protons is almost totally painless, and any screaming they do is purely coincidental. I'd rather find a more peaceful solution. A peaceful solution? What do you mean? Well, we can also release you from your ghostitude by solving the problem that's keeping you here. In your case, I guess that means finding out what happened to your family. Oh, well, I would be very grateful if you could. I assume they're dead, and to be honest, I've gotten used to that fact, but I surely would like to know what actually happened. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Where's the attic? There was an attic, wasn't there? I got the attic opening stick. Wait. Huh. Is it in here? How do I get access to the attic? Oh, there we go. Who the flip are you? Hey, who the heck are you? I'm Waffle MacGuffin, but since I'm not the guy who's apparently hiding out in Mrs. Gunn's attic, I feel like you ought to be the one answering the question. Who am I? Well, that's just friggin' typical. I'm Chet Bullet, damn it. Am I supposed to have heard that name before? Yes, you damn well should have. Mrs. Gunn's adventure would have been nothing without mine. Wait, let me guess. You invented the bullet. Phew, I thought for sure you were going to say belt buckle again. Oh, shoot. Now I want to change my guess. You're dead and right, I invented the bullet, but I was her assistant, so did I get any credit? Hell no. Sounds like you got an axe to grind. Not for much longer. Ah, jeez. Yeah, looks like we found the bad guy. Okay, Chet, go ahead and tell us the details for your whole nefarious plan. I don't care much for your tone. Why should I tell you anything? Well, I could punch your face till it starts talking of its own accord. How about that? Well, it's too late for you to stop me anyway, so I suppose it wouldn't hurt to tell you. Certainly not as much as telling me would. When Mrs. Gunn dies, control of the company and patents passes to me. I'm no murderer, mind you. I like to keep my hands clean. But I figured there might be some other people who'd have a bone to pick with her, considering their manner of death. You summoned all those ghosts. That's right. All it took was some basic seance equipment, wired up to the house's belfry for amplification, a snap for a mechanical genius like me. But seance gear summons ghosts related to a summoner. That's the whole point of a medium. A person who knows how to direct the summoning on someone else's behalf, so you get to talk to your own grandma instead of the summoners. You don't seem like the medium type to me. More like a small, but that does explain something I've been wondering about. Oh? It didn't make sense for all those ghosts here to be haunting Mrs. Gunn because some of them weren't killed by guns, but they were all killed by bullets. Naturally, I anticipated there'd be a couple of those. That's why I rigged this room with an anti-ghost field, which I cleverly boosted so that ghosts couldn't even sense me up here. So your plan was to summon a bunch of angry ghosts who would initially be looking for you, but would haunt Mrs. Gunn instead when they couldn't find you. Correct. And once they've haunted her to death, Gunn Industries will be all mine. Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Mrs. Gunn is dead. On the bright side, she's been dead for a year, so you pretty much wasted your time. What? Really? I'm Rick. Now I just need to get out of here without those ghosts spotting me. Yeah, the ghosts are gone too, so you're pretty much in the clear. Wonderful. The anti-ghost shield's pretty effective, but it was starting to make the back part of my brain itch. You flip the switch on an electrical device and you suddenly become aware of the absence of an extremely low-frequency hum right on the edge of your hearing. There's something else I want to ask you about. Ask away! What happened to Mrs. Gunn's family? Oh, them. They've been out of the picture for years. I heard a rumor Dan got killed by desperados and buried in a shallow grave out in the backside of nowhere. But of course I wouldn't actually know anything about that. Lucky for me, since I couldn't have inherited the company with him around. Or their daughters. You son of a... Relax, the girls are fine, I'm not a monster. I'm pretty sure you're a monster. There's a weird little island kingdom somewhere on the other side of the ocean. Apparently it's stuck in some kind of bizarre temporal field. Keeps nearly anyone from entering or leaving. Kingdom of Loathing, maybe? Can't even find the place if you don't know how. Fortunately, I know a guy who knows how, so I gave the girls 3 free tickets to sleepaway camp. Wasn't that nice of me? You're an absolute bastard. Oh, that hurts my feelings. Fortunately, I'm about to have a whole lot of money to console myself with. Why you... Hold on. We should talk to Mrs. Gunn first before you tear this ass a new hole. Huh? I thought you said she was dead. Depending on what you says, you might be too. Out this way. I have good news and bad news. Go on, I'm ready. Chet Bullet had your husband killed and your daughter's kidnapped, so he'd be the sole inheritor of your company when you died. He's also the reason all the ghosts were here. That son of a... I should have suspected something when he suddenly started being so ingratiating back then. And when he wrote off desperados in his expense account. I'd write him out of my will, but I suppose it's too late. That's rather galling. What's the good news? He says your daughters are safe. They're just on a magical island somewhere that nobody can get to. That's not exactly comforting, but at this point I'll take it. Plainly, if he'd wanted to kill them, he'd have just done so. Wait, you spoke to him personally? Yeah. He didn't know you were already dead, so he's been hiding in your attic for the last couple days, waiting for the ghost to kill you. What do you want me to do with him? I'll leave it up to you. I'm not in a state to make any reasoned judgment. In any case, you've already answered my question. I can feel myself moving on already. Thank you for all your help. With a sad wave, Mrs. Gunn fades from view. Then, almost as an afterthought, the lock on her desk drawer pops open. Inside, you find a check renowned to Cunningham Ghost Annihilation Services, which flows snaps with a cha-ching and a blueprint. Mrs. Gunn's blueprint. I'm gonna go murder him. He gonna die. I'm murdering him. Well, are we finished here? I got a business run. That's gonna be tricky with all the internal bleeding. Oh, I see. That's only another 8 damage. I can heal that for no problem. Alright. Alright, we're all just gonna keep multi-shotting. Yeah, we're gonna heal up a bit. Gonna have Alice heal me. Okay, I give up. Aww. Chet falls to his knees. You decide to let him dangle for a minute while you rifle through his stuff. I just robbed the man. You beat the hell out of Chet Bullet and pitch him out the window. That's the last anyone will see of him. Good riddance. Good. Well, that's it. You reckon you brought some reckoning to Gun Manor. Not the best possible reckoning, mind you. Maybe there is a better way to deal with Chet. I mean, there definitely is a better way to deal with Chet. I don't know why I said maybe. Anyway, feel free to poke around the grounds looking for loose ends to wrap up, but you're pretty much done here. Cool. Wait, what's over here? Science stuff? Well, that's nice. Yeah, that's a pretty good bell. Nice clear tones. All right. Science junk. Beta blast. Yeah. Well, that's what we're gonna call it. I don't really want to handle the hedge wizard or those spiders in the basement. So, yeah. This has been West of Loathing. Thank you all so much for watching this playthrough. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I had a blast making it. And I will see you all next time. I love you all. Bye!